Hello and welcome to another of my pipe smoking videos. It's very nice of you to join me. Sorry they're only once a week. It is what it is, unfortunately. But I'm just looking around to see what I've done with my pipe that I'm going to smoke. Oh yeah, there it is. But that's because I've been busy with my book, Biggleswick, which I was supposed to be getting out to the proofreaders. This is a proofreader's copy that I had printed off, 411 pages, and I read it, or read parts of it, opened it random and was reading bits, and I thought, oh, actually there's a few little errors in there. And then I realized there was quite a few little errors, and so I'm going through it, and then this will go to the printers, go back to the printers to have another copy so I can send it to proofreaders so they can look at it and do what they need to do. And then I will get it printed. So it's taken me away, the reason I say that is it's taken me away from writing the pipe smoking book, which is fast becoming a novel in and of its own time. And I think I said that last week, so not much has changed. I haven't done a huge amount since then. But I'm hoping that the pipe smoking book will come out. Well, it won't come out before Christmas. I can't see that now. Because also, Julia and I, our circumstances are slowly changing. We're trying to get some land at the moment, and we want to do a bit of growing and what have you. And so I'm hoping that in the future, on the pipe smoking side of things, you'll see us in situ on the land. We want to grow some tobacco. You may have noticed in a video the other day, or a couple of weeks ago was it, we were given some tobacco plants, which we were told, get it in the ground as soon as you can. Well, we will do as soon as we get some land, and let it go to seed, and then use that seed to plant your own organic tobacco, which would be nice. And then we hopefully have to have somewhere to, a shed to dry it in and all those sort of things. Whether that's done on the land or whether it's going to be done here, I don't know. And so anyway, so, things haven't changed. And you know what it's like. Life can change very quickly, can't it? And other times things just take forever. And so we're in this sort of transition period where we're hoping to get on and to start growing and doing things. And tobacco will be one of those products that we want to grow. It will be interesting to see how that side of things progress. Anyway, what are we smoking today? As they say, what's the housekeeping? Well, today I've got out this very lovely pipe that was sent to me called Golden Gate. I don't know if you can see that, whether it'll focus or not. I do try to do this sort of focusing thing. I don't know. That's what it is. Very nice pipe. I've smoked it a few times now. And I keep losing my tamper. Do you lose your tamper? I've lost my tamper. Where is it? I keep losing them. The other day, I had a very nice porcelain one, accidentally came out of my pocket, hit the floor, snapped. Sometimes, though, a nail, big flat end nail will do just as good. So that's quite jolly. Right now, I have had a letter, and look, a whole load of samples have been sent in. I'm so pleased and so thrilled and so grateful. So this is from Christopher John Auld. Thank you, Christopher. So kind of you. And he writes in his letter, Dear Richard, I said I'd send some more samples, so here they are. This time I sent a couple that I like too. They are Merchant's Folly Crumble Cake and, just trying to read your writing there, Charleston Block or Black, also Crumble Cake. So I don't know which ones they are in here, but we'll have a look. And I haven't decided yet which one I wanted to smoke, so I thought I'd go through and tell you what we've got. And I'd be interested if you smoked any of these, and you could let me know what you think. Will be lovely. So just at random, there is Gorwith Hogarth's AM Coffee and Caramel. Now, coffee is funny with me because I'm not a great fan of coffee cake. I like coffee as in a drink, but when it's put into things like coffee sweets and things, I never like it. So that'd be interesting. What else have we got here? This is A Taste of Summer. pipe tobacco by Sutliff. Now, I think I've had a taste of summer before, but I can't remember. That rings a bell. I do like the sort of summery things, of course. What have we got here? This one is, Merchant's Folly. Century's Merchant's Folly. Seems to come as a flake. I'll put that down there because we could try that one. And then we've got Aromatic Vanilla from Century. I've not heard of Century before, so they're obviously a people. Blockade. Oh, is that the other one that you mentioned? Blockade Crumble Cake. Was that it? No, you didn't mention that one. It was Charleston's Blockade. Oh, yes, it was Blockade. I'll put that down there. We'll make the choice. We also have, what is this? Aged Burley Flake, Sample, Solani, 656. So there's plenty of these I've never heard of before. Then we have, here's the other one, Charlton Black Flake Pipe Tobacco. And the final one is Peterson My Mixture. And I think I've had that. Is that 965? I've actually had that one. And I didn't like it at first, but by the time I got to the end of the pipe, I liked it. So let's get going. So why have I put out here? I thought Century's Merchant Folly. I'm just looking to see here. They are Merchant's Folly Crumble Cake, right? Merchant's Folly Crumble Cake. I think you've sent me two lots of Merchant. Oh, Century Charleston Blockade. Oh, that's it. Well, what's the other one then? Charlton Black Flake. Oh, I see. That's a different one. Right. So, what are we going to do? Let's go for this one. Whatever this is, let's give it. And this is the Merchant's Folly Crumble Cake. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Christopher. We'll give that a go. So I'm going to shove this into my little leather. I don't know how, you can't quite see this. It's just down here on my side. And I'm going to crumble it up in the old handy honks. And get something going. I'll leave some of that. It's quite dry, this one. I have been smoking Bijou, which was by... whatever their names are. I can't remember their names off the top of my head now. Probably come back to me. Another American firm. Now, I don't know, are these from America, Christopher? Did this come from America? I'll just look at the thing. Or did this come from England? And did you get them from England? I think this came from England. So you must have either found somewhere that does these American tobaccos, because I often find that I can't get the American tobaccos. Depends where you buy them, I suppose. Right, I've packed this in. Now, I need to put these back. I've got some lovely old tins, which I think I showed you the other week. But what I like about this, and I'm hoping I can still do it, is it's so good, because it's soft leather, it's so good at putting the tobacco back into the little sample packets. Right, lighter. So anyway, I was saying I'd lost my tamper, so today I'm using a little tiny piece of dowel, which I found. You know, it doesn't really matter as long as it's got a flat head, I guess. And that's nice. It's very mild. It's flavoursome though. I've been smoking some quite heavy tobaccos, and sometimes you just want to break from those, don't you? And I mentioned this so many times now, I think, where I kind of open a tin and I go right the way through that tin. And if it's a strong one, sometimes you're not in the right mood for a strong, hefty nicotine hit. And other times you really are. Now this is a mild, I guess it's aromatic. Difficult to... Very nice, very pleasant, very lovely. I wouldn't want to smoke it all the time, because I do like that variety of stuff. And I suppose what I really need to do is to get some Kilner jars or that sort of thing and have a different selection of sort of mild, tasty to strong, heavy, if you see what I mean. For those different times, you know, if you're sitting of an evening and you're having a whiskey or a port and you want to have a smoke, that's nice. If you want to have a smoke just before you go to bed, something to sort of, I don't know, help you sleep. I find that certain tobaccos are really good when I'm driving. Julia and I do these long journeys occasionally. Now, American viewers will not think of them as long journeys. They'll think of them as just round the corner. But you do it on British roads and they'll seem like bloody twice as far than you normally go. And by long journey, I'm talking 3 or 4 hours, journeys that you know, crossing to do talks and various things. And I find that having a puff of the pipe really wakes you up when you're just nodding off. Also, sometimes if you've got to be assertive when you're driving, the tobacco makes you really alert. You know, I know, you know, it can mellow you out so that you don't become a frustrated, angry driver with everybody else on the road. And there's a lot of strange people driving on the road. What did I do with my dowel? Here we go. And so driving whilst puffing a pipe, it makes you, I think, a safer driver because you are much more mellow, you're more attentive, you're calm, you're taking life steadily and you're not rushing and you're not, you know, causing anybody any harm and aggravation. However, sometimes when you're driving and other people are, I don't know, too slow in the way, or you're trying to get past somebody, and you need to be assertive, and you know, you need to be assertive at certain times, don't you, when you're driving, so that it's safe for you, safe for other road users. And I find that's where pipe smoking is really good, and also if you're tired. You know, we do these long journeys and we're coming back, and on a motorway it can be very boring. And Julia will say to me, Richard, do you want me to pack a pipe? And I'll say, oh yes, please. And she'll take the pipe and she'll put the tobacco in and all that. She'll light it for me and she'll pass it over. And I can drive along, and it makes all the difference. It really does. So there's another thing that I've not really spoken about before. Anyway, that is very lovely. Christopher, I really appreciate that. And I haven't smoked this one for a while, this Golden Gate pipe. I've forgotten how good it is. It's a nice little drawer. So there we go. Anyway, hopefully in the future, in a few weeks' time or whenever, maybe a month, we'll be on some land somewhere and enjoy a little bit of the outdoors before it gets too cold or too windy or too wet or any of those things. We've had a lovely summer over here. And it would be very lovely to have a tiny little hut, little wooden hut, you know, a temporary thing, and have a laptop in there and sit in between the growing of food and the farming and the clearing and the tidying and the whatever you've got to do, you know, on the land, which I've got to learn, and be able to type one's book with a scene outside. The reason I say in a hut, because when you're on a laptop, if you're just directly outside in sunshine and stuff, it can difficult to see the screen. But if you're in a little hut or a little, you know, shaded area, you sit there and finish that damn pipe book that I'm trying to write, and it would be very good. And then I can get that out to you. So anyway, there we go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it's been of interest. Is it a bit shorter this time? Yeah, it is a bit shorter this time. I do apologise. Not got a lot to talk about. Pipe-related stuff and book-related. I haven't had any new books on pipes or anything. Haven't bought any pipes. We're saving our money to do this land thing. and haven't really bought any new tobacco for a while. My friend Ed has been very kindly purchasing, well, he's purchased some, and when he's on his way round he drops some in, which is very nice, and sometimes we give him the money and say if you're coming. I think he's got some more that he's due to bring round. Can't remember now, can't remember what the arrangement was. So we'll have a bit of that, but this is lovely. This is lovely. I'm sorry I didn't even bring a drink with me to share. Not that I can actually share it, but it would be lovely, you know. Because I know some people do like to light their pipes and watch the videos and enjoy that moment. And it would be good. It would be nice, would it not be nice? I don't know whether people do this, I'm sure they do. And that is to do a live pipe smoking, you know, video. Be nice to do that from the countryside where you're sitting and be able to chat as we smoke a pipe, as we smoke a bowl live, and you get everybody all lined up, not lined up as in, you know, like a police lineup. I don't mean that, but I mean, you know, lined up wherever you are, online, I suppose let's say online, and all, you know, sharing what they're smoking, sharing what they're doing, sharing their story, like you might do in your own private smoking club, which would be nice, wouldn't it? Would it not? That is very nice. I wonder if that's available to purchase in the in Britain, over here. I shall have to look that up. I can see why you like it. It's very nice, very mild. And you notice this time I've not been I've not had to relight the thing, which is always a blessing. So somehow I've managed to pack the pipe correctly, keep it going, and talk to you, and enjoy it. And you couldn't ask for more. Anyway, I think I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. Do take care. I will see you next week, hopefully. And hopefully there'll be much more to report on. Till then, take care. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Toodle pipe. Very nice.